good, YouTube? Nova here.
And Quasar, and we're the Chronomaly Kings. So for this video, we're going to talk about, is Yu-Gi-Oh! A sport? So a while back, I saw this post about, this guy asking a question, is Yu-Gi-Oh! A sport? Because it's still like a competitive scene, and you play it against your opponent, which basically, sport is competitive. You play against opponent. I know a lot of sports require athleticism, whereas, you don't necessarily have to be athletic to play a sport too. Yeah. So that's kind of where it gets difficult to choose.
Well, they consider chess a sport.
Yeah.
But the chess takes more mental thinking, right?
Yeah.
Whereas Yu-Gi-Oh! Is still mental thinking, so you can compare them to be similar.
Well, that's true, because all it is just a person taking on another person on playing ground, right?
Yeah, but the only reason that probably card games aren't considered to be a sport is because they're they're targeted for a younger audience, right? Whereas sports are mostly all ages, any age. Yes, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or any other card game can be played at anybody can play it.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
Just because they go out and they put on the packages that it's for a certain age group, that it becomes less likely to be considered a sport.
That's true, but then again, they also do gear some sports for younger people. T-ball would be baseball just for 3-year-olds, because imagine whipping a 90-mile-an-hour fastball at a 3-year-old, right? But anyways,
okay, well, I guess that's
I also think that a certain amount of luck is sort of based in card games too, right? Where you don't really have that in any other sports. It depends on how the deck is shuffled, which could determine a game versus
tons of outcomes.
Sports, they require skill and training, which I guess card games do as well.
Yeah,
you need to know how to build a deck and
how to
things
play
like
it,
that.
Test it, right? You have to testing. You can essentially be training because you got to learn how to use it, and then. But it does definitely come down to luck, actually.
Yeah.
But because, you could top deck really... you could... A lot of decks you don't play, so you could get the right hand and you can get that set up. But if you top deck a really bad card, it just can decide, whether or not it's the game.
You win or lose, exactly. Yeah.
But, also, I feel the only other reason you wouldn't consider it to be a sport is mostly because sports are fairly even. You have one team coming in. Let's say we got baseball for a thing. You got two teams going in. Maybe they haven't played each other. They have an equal amount of time chance. They have an equal percentage of winning, depending on how it goes.
If they're all evenly skilled,
right? Whereas with Yu-Gi-Oh, the decks aren't necessarily all even. So. But that's not really the big deal.
Yeah, if you get a top meta player with Cosmos facing off against some scrub who just bought some starter deck and he's just using that. Yeah,
you run into problems there because now it's not. It is a game, but it's not on the same. They're not on the same level. Mm-hmm. But I guess that could happen too if you're playing a baseball team and you got one team's pro level and the other team's just beginners.
Yeah,
you'd still would have that situation. So I guess in a sense they are pretty similar, and it could be considered to be a sport.
But yeah, let us know what you think in the comment section. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.